Hey everyone, it's John. Welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about your purpose in life and how you can find it in the next 24 hours and start living the life you actually want. Now, if you're here today, I would guess that somewhere along the way, you've gotten kind of lost. You're going through the motions at work, you're showing up for your daily routine, but you've lost some kind of spark. That excitement to get up and conquer your day just might not be there. And maybe you thought you were doing something that was your purpose, but somehow it didn't quite live up to your expectations. And maybe there's a good chance you already knew that something is missing, something is wrong. Or maybe you have a good life. Maybe by every measure, things just look fine from the outside. But somewhere underneath all of it is a feeling that you cannot quite shake. And somehow you know that this is not quite it. That there is kind of a version of your life that feels more true, more alive, and more yours. And you have just not found it yet. Now in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly where to look and how to find it. So let me start with something most people get completely wrong about purpose. They think that it is something you actually get to go out in there and find. Now, I know this title is about finding your purpose, but I had to get your attention because that's what most people think purpose actually is, that it's meant to be found. They think it's a destination you kind of have to arrive at, a calling that just comes one morning in a blinding flash of clarity, and the passion that you discover, and then you spend the rest of your life pursuing it. That version of purpose keeps most people waiting their entire lives, because actually purpose is not really found, it is uncovered. So your purpose is already inside you. It's underneath every experience you've ever had, everything you have survived up to this point, everything and everyone you've ever loved, lost, and longed for. Now, what do I mean by that? So purpose is actually fulfillment that comes from living in true alignment with your deepest nature. Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And here is the wisdom most people miss. You already know what your purpose is, and you have always known. The work you have to do to find your purpose is not to search for it externally from something outside of yourself. It is actually to get quiet enough to hear your inner self. Your inner self is where everything lies, and your higher self knows exactly what you need to do on this earth and what you're meant to do on this earth. You just gotta get still enough to listen to it. Now, a study found that only 18% of people report feeling a strong sense of purpose in their daily lives, and the other 82% are either searching for it or have stopped searching entirely. Now, that's 82% of the world that is not aligned with your purpose. And here's what I want that number to tell you, that the majority of human beings on earth are spending their one life, building something that is not theirs, or does not feel like it's theirs. So the law of vibration tells us that you cannot build a life that feels true while operating from a frequency that is not true. So when your daily actions are misaligned with your deepest nature, the universe cannot deliver what your soul is actually calling for. Why? Because the signal that you're sending out is scrambled. And what you attract matches that confused signal, that scrambling, and you're not attracting what you're supposed to do, and it's not your calling. Pablo Picasso said, the meaning of life is to find your gift. And the purpose of life is to give it away. So your purpose is always at the intersection of two things. Number one, what you cannot help doing, the thing that you do naturally and obsessively without being asked. For me, it's music. When I try to do anything else other than music, it feels like I'm forcing myself to do it. But when I do music, it is effortless. Tennis, singing, performing, songwriting. If I had all the money in the world, I would simply structure my day, my time for the next few decades to kind of do these few things. I think that at this current juncture, that I feel that this is the right thing. But of course, in essence, how can I help people or others with my talent and gifts? Because we all have those talents, but if we focus on filling a gap or a need in society and providing value with our clients, we also find that purpose that way. So find the intersection that between what you love and what you would give away freely. Give it away freely, and you've kind of found your life. So Frederick Douglass is a guy who escaped slavery. He taught himself to read and became one of the most powerful voices for human freedom in American history. He said, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress." And his purpose was born directly from his pain and the work that he put out. And the wound became the work. Similarly, Oprah also grew up in poverty. She survived abuse and was told she was not fit for television. And she said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." So her deepest pain became the frequency from which she connected with millions of people. And the law of correspondence confirms what these lives demonstrate, okay? So your outer purpose is always mirroring your inner journey. What you have been through is not separate from what you're here to do. It's actually preparing you for it. So another example would be Albert Schweitzer. He's a philosopher, physician, and humanitarian, and he spent decades serving the poorest communities in Africa. And he said, "The purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others." He simply looked at where the need was greatest and where his gifts were most useful, and he moved toward that intersection every single day. And when you move with inspired action, the universe moves with you. So you do not really need to see the whole staircase up to the mountaintop to see the bigger vision. You just need to take the first step. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But just do whatever you need to do to keep moving forward. So where am I going with this? Purpose is therefore not a destination you reach. It is a direction you actually commit to. And the moment you commit with your whole being, the universe will begin to conspire in your favor. So there is a force that moves through every human being who has chosen to live fully and on purpose. And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. So if you're wanting something that's a mediocre life, likely you're attracting a mediocre life. And if you want success, then you've got to feel like success, and you've got to chase the success, and you've got to be the success. So here's the part that most people skip. Everyone wants to find their purpose first and then take action. But the universe actually works the opposite way. Clarity follows commitment, but it also follows taking action first, and then you will find that clarity. Without action, there is actually no clarity and no commitment, no purpose. So your purpose will gradually reveal itself through your movement. So you will know instantly what lights you up because you know it in your gut. Trust your feeling, and you're just taking daily actions that is in total alignment with who you are. So what is the takeaway you can learn from today's session? Number one, purpose is not found, it is uncovered, and it has been underneath everything you have lived through the entire time. It could be buried under 10 feet of snow, 10 feet of rubble, and trauma, and conditioning that you can't even see what that thing is. So just keep moving a little bit every single day and see if you can uncover it. See that hidden gem hiding underneath all that crap, right? Start digging. So secondly, the law of correspondence is always operating. Your outer life always mirrors your inner alignment. So remember that when your daily actions are misaligned with your deepest nature, the universe cannot deliver what your soul is calling for. Now third, whatever wounds you might have is often a work that you need to do. Every person who has ever built a purposeful life have used their deepest pain as raw material. Whatever you're going through, whatever you have gone through, whatever your unique human experience is, as is mine, your gifts, your talents, they are unique to you. And if you can find a way to solve a problem with that unique pain that you have, that is not separate, okay? This is what we all need. Your pain could be also someone else's pain. It may not be my pain, but it could be someone else's pain near me. And you can attract that kind of, let's say, customer. If you're looking for a business to start and solve a big pain, that could be your purpose. And the next part is, remember that you do not need to see the whole road. You just need to take the first, next, honest step. And you will realize that the universe moves when you move, every time without exception. So I want to ask you, if you woke up tomorrow and lived one day completely on your own terms, what would that day look like? I want you to write down how you would actually contribute and help others in your own unique way, and in what capacity can you serve? You could answer these 3 questions to find your unique gift. Number 1, what would you do if you knew you could never fail? Number 2, what pain in the world makes you angry enough to want to fix it? Number 3, when was the last time you lost track of something because you were so absorbed in it? Likely, if you answered all those 3 questions truthfully, honestly, not getting the right answer, there's no right answer, it's what feels the most true to you, then likely you will find your purpose, your calling, your answer there. So I hope you learned something today from this video. If you did, like and subscribe. If you have any questions you want me to answer, leave it in the comments below. And as always, you're seen, you're heard, and deeply care about you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.